Hello everybody, it is your boy N here. I'm coming at you guys with another YouTube video. So in today's video, I'm going to be coming at you guys with the best Titania Prime for general use. And, I'm going to show you the Titania that you use to have fun. So without further ado guys, let's just get right on into today's video. So disclaimer, you are going to need the Hemlins for this one, but only for one ability. But let's just get right on into the build. So for the build, my friends, we are going to be going with a build designed around range and efficiency. So for the aura mod, we are going to run pistol lamp for the damage on the pistols, power drift for some extra strength, razor wing blitz, which is essential. As we read this, it says flight speed increased by 25% and fire rate by 25% for 8 seconds when using abilities, stacks up to 4 times. Now people, you're going to want to remember this. We've got a range for stretch for a bit of range, fleeting expertise for some efficiency, prime continuity again for duration, streamline efficiency, transient fortitude for some strength, overextended for some range, and umbral intensify for some more power strength. And we've still got 7 mod slots open on this, so you guys don't need the 3 formers I put in. I think 1 former would literally do. I think 1 Madurai former or 1 1 Madurai former or 1 what is it, Naramon former would do fine. For the arcanes, we're running more augmented just for a bit of extra power strength, and arcane energize again for some energy, nice and fast. If you guys don't have this, you could replace the more augmented with arcane velocity or with thingy, what's it called, arcane velocity. Or if you really want to go full speed, you could rock it with thingy, full speed rocket with arcane agility. But other than that, I recommend arcane rage, because why not power up your weapons if you can. Right people, now for the second bit of this build, which is what this build is based on, we're going to concentrate on the regulators. Other than that, get rid of the first ability for thermal sunders from Gauss. So you are going to want to subsume Gauss for this build to get the most fun out of it. And over here for the Dex Pixia Prime, this is the config we're going to go for that. So we're going for heat viral on these, because that just absolutely rips through everything in this game. Galvanized diffusion, lethal torrent, galvanized shot, pathogen rounds, deep freeze, prime target cracker, and pistol gambit, and then primed heat charge for this build. As you guys can see, this does stack up to do some big damage, and there are different ways to build this, do not get me wrong, but I just personally feel like this is the best way for my Titania. The Duwata Prime, I've not bothered with this too much. Nobody uses the melee, and if you do use the melee with Titania, I'm sorry to say, but you are a goddamn sore loser. Anyways, moving on, let's get right on into this build, and I'm going to show you what this thing can do in the Simulacrum. Okay, so people, we are now in the Simulacrum. I'm going to spawn a bunch of heavy gunners. So let's just get some, where are they? Heavy gunners. So these are Corpus. There's some heavy gunners and some corrupted ones. That's strange. But for this, literally, this build, like I said, is based on the 4th ability. It's based on the Pixia. So with this, the energy drains very slowly, and even having no extra energy doesn't really make a difference. For the weapons, you aim and shoot. As you guys can see, this does do significant damage on level 190 enemies. This Titania can definitely do STEELPATH, and Titania is just an amazing frame overall. But my friends, who have not hit the full extent of this build, like I said, that augment mod is what is going to make the difference. So between these enemies here, if I was to do 1, 2, 3, and 4, you guys can see you're going to fly insanely fast, and your fire rate is also going to be buffed up significantly to the point where you're just wrecking these enemies. And this is a insanely overpowered Titania. If you're rocking this on normal enemies, you're gonna have a goddamn good time. And if you're rocking this on STEELPATH enemies, again, you are going to be able to do this fast. The only mission in STEELPATH I do recommend Titania for, just because she's not ideally a STEELPATH frame, would be the rescue missions, or maybe the thingy, what's it called? I've completely forgotten. Yeah, no, sorry, just the rescue missions. If you've got any mission that you're just trying to do fast, like a capture, yeah, sorry, that's what it was, capture, and the rescue missions are the only thing I recommend this build for. But even with that, as you guys can see, this Titania is very much capable of rocking STEELPATH, and this is it's just fun flying around as Titania and, you know, doing this at 120 miles an hour, glitching into the floor, wrecking these enemies. You know, Titania is a hella good frame. Okay, so people, you know the drill at this point. We're going to be running Mott STEELPATH in the void with this Titania. And you know what, let me just show you what this build is capable of doing in actual STEELPATH survival. So people, in actual STEELPATH, as you see, this build does not falter at all. Titania is still very much capable of rocking STEELPATH with this build. It might take you a second to actually freeze the enemies and kill them, but you know what, that doesn't stop you, because Thermal Thunders is on Titania is the correct move. And you know, it works out with this range, all this stuff too. If you guys are doing a Fisher and get the double relic, get the boost with the relics, you know, the double ability, range and strength, gosh, you are gonna have fun with this. But as you guys can see, you can very much handle STEELPATH with this. Just gotta make sure you're stacking and getting the kills, and you should be fine. Life support drop everywhere too, so you know, this build is perfectly capable of handling STEELPATH. So people, like I said, this Titania is definitely not ideal for STEELPATH, but you know, you can see that this Titania can survive STEELPATH no problem. And with this, once the Acolyte spawns, I'll get back to you people. Okay, so people, Acolyte is on his way, I believe. Yep, Acolyte is on its way here. So let me show you what this Titania can do up against an Acolyte. Once we find him, and the Acolyte's down there. Okay, yep, like I said people, this Titania does not falter up against the power of STEELPATH. And we are still dealing with the Acolyte nice and easy. Takes you a second to catch up with it, but you know, like you see, no issues with STEELPATH. All the enemies getting frozen by the Thermal Thunders, and you can just take care of them with the Dex picks here, no problem. Just gotta stay on top of it with the Thermal Sundering, and you should all be good. Okay, so people, we're in the Plains of Eidolon right now currently, so you know, let's just zip on into our ability. Stack it once, stack it twice, stack it 3 times, stack it 4 times, and now off we go. You know, this Titania is fast as hell. Within getting from one end of the Plains of Eidolon to the other, only takes a matter of seconds. You know, this Titania is crazy, and the more you use Thermal Thunders, obviously once you've stacked it 4 times, you're gonna go around everywhere, not a problem. Within regular missions, it's gonna thingy, obviously be fast as hell, but you won't be able to control it. And even in open world like this, it's still a oh hello Eidolon. It's still thingy, still hard to control, because you know, you're going at insane speeds. And again, if you want to keep thinking it, keep stacking it. Oh, you're going to need energy, and energy pods don't work in the air, but you know, you see my point here. Anyway guys, that has been this video on Titania Prime. I do hope you have enjoyed. If you do like this video, please do drop it a like. Any suggestions or improvements, please do leave them in the comment section below. Other than that, I hope you have enjoyed. Again, like I said, please do drop a like, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.